You're tuned into the New Old Heads podcast, premiered every Thursday at noon at BringingDownTheBand.com and brought to you by No Bad Ideas, Coleman Dental, Printfinity, and Indie CD and Vinyl. Support the New Old Heads by visiting our Patreon at patreon.com/newoldheads.
Episode 167 of the New Old Heads podcast. I am Major 7th with energy. I make beats and all that type of stuff. They're pretty good.
Is that a new part of your name?
For sure. Across the table. Yeah, with energy. Y'all, gotta make sure we got a lot of energy out here. Across the table, Ableton professor at Academics DJ School, music producer, and also founder of Bring Down the Band. My man, Lonegevity. How are you, sir?
Hello, Michael. I am doing well. How are you?
Good to see you, sir. It's a nice mic stand you got there. Next level. I see you. We moving on up to the east side. Across the table.
In a deluxe apartment.
Across the table, DJ extraordinaire, CEO of Printfinity, also longtime contributor to BringingDownTheBand.com. My man, DJ Jay Diff.
Salutations.
Was that a gun noise?
This is my Energize.
Oh, you doing Energize?
Yeah,
okay.
I'm energized too.
Yeah. Call me
How about that?
Appreciate the energy, brother.
Thank you.
Yeah, we need that out here. Yeah. To my immediate left, also DJ extraordinaire, avid Chicago sports fanatic. He is the CEO of his own life and also the incomparable DJ Spoolz.
Hello, Michael.
There goes the energy.
Bada boom, bada bing.
Thank you, sir. How are you, man?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm good, man. Good to see you as always.
You as well.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. The homie Jay Moore, former radio personality, master of ceremonies, the voice of Indianapolis, is here on the couch, locked and loaded.
Yes, indeed.
You know what I'm saying? He's in the building. The mighty TR is here as well, but he doesn't have a microphone, so I guess we couldn't afford that. He's here, though. We appreciate him.
We actually have an extra mic, but, it's
solid beard.
Okay.
He said we can't afford it.
I'm just saying, man. All the donations, we appreciate those.
He used to have a YouTube channel called Beard How To.
Word?
How to do it.
Back in the day.
His beard game is high, though. 100%. His beard game is high, so.
Lumberjack status.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. He actually got the flannel joint on, too.
With the hat to match.
Yeah.
I see you, Jay Moore. I see you. I'm very excited.
Probably got an ox at home.
An ox?
Yeah.
That's okay.
Babe.
Yeah, I see you.
Follow me.
There's two ways.
Perhaps
a blue one?
A blue one, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what it is.
There's two ways. I was thinking that, or I thought you was going to go Oregon Trail. You know what I'm saying? We might lose some people with Oregon Trail.
Yeah.
That was a good game. You remember that?
Died of malaria.
On a whole bunch of disc.
Yeah.
Floppy.
Got that dysentery.
Yeah.
And you don't want to be dysentery.
You don't want to be dysentery.
Hey,
you had too many potatoes. You died.
The raft was some bullshit.
You killed
that whole game was a setup on the low.
4,800 pounds of meat, but you can only take 200 pounds back with you.
That game was a setup on the low for you to fail, but
It's like you helped make Buffalo disappear.
Do y'all know anybody
can't
that
take it
beat
all.
that game?
I do not. I don't know anybody that beat Oregon
it.
Trail.
I mean, I got down the
Trail?
Oregon Trail?
yeah, and
Yeah.
the last part's a float. You float down.
So that's the end?
Well, I got to floating, but
I want to know
That's
what
it.
the end is.
That's
I
it?
don't know what the end
I
is.
mean,
I
I don't know.
didn't
Maybe
beat it.
maybe this is an older version that I played. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I do know that the computer class that we had, I don't know if it was the same for you, but we never had enough time to play it.
Nowhere near
It was like
enough time.
we would run out of time.
Give you the last 7 minutes of class to get all the way through the Oregon Trail.
Yeah, it was like, here's 12 minutes.
And it wasn't like, I'm going to save where I
Have
was
at
at
it.
and come back. Like,
Look, Mrs. Smith.
Exactly.
There's no way I can get through the whole Oregon Trail in 12
Yeah.
minutes.
Miss Ratcliffe. Miss
Did
Did you guys
Wow.
pick? Did you guys pick the Ohio? Was it banker from Ohio?
I don't even remember, to
Yeah,
be
I don't
honest.
Farmer
remember
from
that.
Illinois,
I don't know. I don't remember that.
or something
those the
else.
options?
Those were like the three options you could pick.
I don't remember.
Man, it's
the
been
game
so
I
long.
remember.
I just
Yeah.
remember I never made it past Nevada. So
I
What
just
was
remember
y'all?
the raft.
What was y'all's number munchers game like?
number munchers.
Pretty high. Pretty
mine
high.
was,
I don't remember.
We had called a radar rat race.
I don't know about that.
That may not have been
familiar with
educational.
that.
I'm not. No,
Might be a St. Louis game.
yeah, Central St. Louis.
Actually, that's not even a video game. That's just that's
had
what we
that
did
to
on
say-
Friday nights.
They had that was the St. Louis school systems.
Yeah.
They had that one.
Now we had number munchers up here, pal.
Well,
Hey,
all
Math
right.
man.
I don't know about
Get to
yeah.
them, get to the equations and shit start getting a little cloudy for you.
Yeah. How you do?
So.
Okay.
I don't know.
Math was never my stronghold.
Not
so
mine either. I agree.
I got far enough to.
You worked at a bank. How math not going to be part of your strong suit?
You slip through the cracks, man. You know what I'm talking about? Slip
Mike's
through
one of
the
those
cracks.
dudes on those commercials where they're
Yeah.
like, "We do an okay job."
just to get by. You
I
know
can
what I'm
get
talking
you
about?
by.
Yeah.
You know.
Came through Mike's lane. You know you're gonna get okay service.
They're like, so when you
He might give you the right amount of money the first time, maybe not. Maybe
they were
you
like,
have to
yeah.
come back.
I was like, yeah. So what's up with the math? Like, what's your math game got to be like? They're like, look, when you get to the register, it's gonna tell you how much you need. Just pull that out, give them the change, and you good. I was like, bet. That's all I need to know. So I slipped through the cracks.
Yeah, a little add and subtract.
Yeah.
If you know how to use a calculator, I guess you do.
No, it automatically did it on the screen.
Yeah.
Shouts to
Shit,
third
Marques, that was
grade.
good. Yeah, you know, that's all I needed.
Shit, in
So-
third grade now, they doing freaking trigonometry.
Oh, word.
Yeah,
I wish somebody would ask me to multiply a fraction right now. I'd be
Yeah,
like,
it's
I
on
don't
some
know.
new shit.
I'm cool.
That dude on the he's where you're rubbing the back of your neck. Like,
I can't wait for my daughter
need to get back to you.
to get to that age
Yeah.
where she's
I
asking me
gotta
how
call
to do
my
her
brother,
homework.
man. Like
Yeah.
that.
I'm just like, forget about it.
Do y'all ever think about a list of classes that were like totally unnecessary as an adult now?
This is a gang of them.
Give me 2 or 3 classes that were totally unnecessary when we were coming up. You can just go high school. We'll go high school. Like classes that were the dumbest shit for us to take that had no.
That were dumb. I can't really say they were dumb.
All right, I'll take dumb back.
Yeah.
That would not be used, like not as useful as an adult. Let's
Chemistry.
Chemistry. Okay, I was gonna say chemistry. That's my number one.
I mean, chemists try. So
I see you. Shout out to Mr. Wright.
yeah, I had a science.
is that what he would say?
Yeah, he
That's
definitely would say that.
incredible.
Yeah.
That's
Mr. Wright,
incredible.
Mr. Wright was very particular, man. Shouts to everybody from Anderson that knows Mr. Wright.
He
If
literally
you're in
knows
my
that.
class, you're gonna chemistry. Chemistry.
Well, yeah, he used to say that.
Well,
yeah.
yeah, if you don't get it right, maybe you need to go to the clinic.
Sounds incredible.
Yeah,
Have
straight
some
up.
peppermint water.
He was a beast.
Yeah, I had a science fiction class.
I was gonna say I'd
Science
argue
fiction
against
class.
chemistry. I think chemistry was a good class.
You think chemistry was?
Yeah, that is helpful later. It depends on your career, obviously.
For sure.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
I mean,
the science fiction was an
The
elective.
early part of it, learning how to
Yeah.
use a triple beam, and
Wow.
Hey man, it's a diverse class. So how's that?
What about let's see.
The science fiction was only for like one semester. They tried it out.
Okay.
I liked it.
you
I-
read
Diversified
like
career paths.
like Jules
Right.
Verne and stuff like that.
Yeah,
Okay.
you know, like the Fahrenheit movie and what's the one with the Soylent Green and all that stuff.
What about speech? Did anybody go into speech and then leave speech feeling any better about
I had
speaking
speech-
in front of people?
no.
No.
I did.
Actually, speech made you more terrified of speaking in front of people because it made you
Because then, like
have
when
to
you're
do
done,
it.
you're gonna speak in front of 400 or 500 people one day. Like, no. Only reason I did this was for this class. I'm never
Right.
doing this again.
I don't think we had speech, like that type of speech. I mean, I had speech in elementary school because I
Yeah.
apparently couldn't talk right or something. But
You mean talk
You
correctly?
know what? Debate.
See,
See?
I'm gonna make
see
an
Jay
argument.
Moore.
If anybody took debate,
No, I was.
Did
I
not.
was.
I think that's fucking worthless.
Debating?
You know what? I was in the National Forensics League
Wow.
for speech and debate.
it's like CSI, right?
Wow.
No, it's a little bit different than that. But I actually did
More was in the
extemporaneous
streets.
speaking, and you have a subject for the year, and ours was healthcare in 1994.
That's
That's what's
interesting.
up.
That explains it.
There it is.
What?
Yeah.
So now it's useful?
I've used it in my life. I used it a lot more than I used chemistry.
I
And
mean, he uses speech every day. He gets paid off his speech.
That's
not
a
what
good point.
speech
public
is,
speaking.
man.
It's public speaking, though.
And I used it.
All right.
Potato,
okay,
potato.
Fair enough. No,
my
that makes sense.
broadcasting
You're right.
career. So
Jay,
yeah,
right.
Jay Diff, tell me about earth science. Did you take that?
I think ours was environmental science.
Okay.
Oh,
We probably had
I- I
earth science.
Ours is called
Earth
as well.
ecology,
science.
but it was dope.
But you know what? In environmental science, you actually got a boating license,
Oh, word.
and you could have got a hunting license too.
Oh, man.
Nice.
You had the pellet gun on deck already, so
Yeah.
it was good money.
Yeah,
That's
I was
interesting.
had already graduated from the pellet gun by that time. Mike.
Oh, okay. Well, I stay out
I
of
know
grown-
you wanted to hear
No,
that.
I stay out of grown folks' business.
Cool.
All right.
I don't know of any other ones like. I don't know. I get Latin. How about Latin?
Yeah, I wish I'd have paid it. I ain't gonna
Latin,
front, though. I wish I'd
Latin's
have paid
good
attention.
if you want to learn any of the other Romance languages.
True.
I would probably say that nothing was dumb to take.
Yeah,
Okay.
It's just
I
that
agree.
they didn't give you a path of knowledge that you would actually use immediately following high school.
Dumb is the wrong word.
Yeah.
I agree. I
sure.
agree.
So
I wish
like-
I'd have paid attention in Spanish though. I ain't gonna front.
That's a very important class.
I wish I would have paid attention.
They
to
definitely should have taught credit versus, what was it, econ?
Economics.
Before teaching econ, you probably should have taught credit.
credit.
Yeah.
And then go into econ to see how those tie into each
I'd
other.
start with econ and
You
then
would?
and then I'd branch into credit. Like
Yeah.
credit's a part of economics, man.
Right.
You know. So
But it's something most people, even as adults, people who we consider to be well educated, are not versed on.
yeah.
The reason why I would say
really
credit,
unfortunate.
Why
the reason
would you
why I
say
would say
credit?
credit first
Yeah.
is because a lot of people aren't interested in playing with the stock market and all that shit. So if
Okay.
you at least have a grasp on how to use your credit to benefit you, and
The
That's
basics.
two different things though.
what do you mean?
Credit and the stock market.
Well, I'm saying in econ we learned stock market shit.
Oh, I follow you. Yeah.
Ah, okay.
That's what I'm
okay,
saying.
okay.
So if you have that grasp of knowledge on credit and how to make your money work for you
Right.
before actually knowing what your money can do for you while you're making it work, that's the reason why I would say
I got you.
that path would
I
make
could
more
dig that.
sense.
I had money management. I had money as an elective, and I also took an entrepreneurship class.
That one worked out for you because you're a boss now. So yeah, that one
He's
worked.
CEO.
I am, I guess.
Yeah, that worked.
Did you
It
know that
was
I'm also a
fun.
CEO?
I know. I heard lots of CEOs in the room.
Everybody but Mike.
Yep. Don't own anything. It's all right though.
That was depressing.
It is, man.
The only non-boss of the group. So
Yeah.
anyway,
How
what are we
many
talking
of-
about tonight?
You on a
bud?
puffy vest?
How many of us have them? The ones we can depend on. All right. So
Let's be.
right. All right. So let's talk Shyheim real quick.
Huh?
Do you know who Shyheim is?
Huh?
Okay.
The regular
Shyheim, Wu-Tang Clan?
There you go. He recently just was released from New York State Prison.
I remember that.
So I think that's dope because we know Shyheim from growing up. On
It depends what he got
And
released for.
chasing waterfalls.
Well, I mean,
Remember?
I see what you did there.
Yeah.
But what happened was he turned himself in to authorities after being on the run for about a month following a hit and run accident in which a person was killed. That was back in 2014. So he's out now. There's a picture of him and his daughter, so that's dope. But I found another article in relation to him. It was CheckmateNewYork.com who actually had an interview with him, and he said that he originally was supposed to be on Coming of Age on Reasonable Doubt instead of Bleak. I never knew that. So I'm trying to think, what would Shyheim have sounded like in Bleak's place on Coming of Age?
Better?
Can y'all envision that? Like, cause I
He
thought Coming
actually
of
had a
Age was
good-
dope.
He had a good verse on there.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Like, I don't think
I
Bleak
think
was
Shyheim's
trash
a
on Coming
better
of
rapper
Age.
though.
Overall, yeah.
So we talking about a young Shyheim with Hove on Reasonable Doubt. What do you think, Jay Diff? What you think, man? How would that have turned out?
I don't know, man.
I think the
Honestly.
combination is a little weird, but I think it would have worked. You know
Possibly.
what I'm saying?
I mean, that's a different. He's a different vibe altogether.
That's what I'm saying. The
So
vibe is different.
I don't know how that would have worked. That's probably why they didn't do it.
Well, actually, I think from what I'm reading, Shyheim actually turned it down. He was the one that chose not to do it. So, I guess Bleak slid in as the homie, did his thing. But I don't know, man. I'd be curious to see how that would have gone, because I actually like that record as is. Like, I thought it came out good.
Doesn't interest me at all.
No,
No, continue.
well,
He probably
stop
ain't
hating
even
on
hip to
Shyheim,
it.
man. Huh?
Are you even hip to Shyheim like that?
Yeah, I know Shyheim.
Okay.
Coming of age.
Yeah, I don't. That's
That doesn't intrigue you, just the
No.
idea of that. That's fair.
No.
I ain't mad at that.
I mean, people turn down verses all the time. And if
Yeah.
he turned it down, I think it might have changed his projection of his career maybe a little bit.
That's a good point. Yeah.
I have the 12-inch to the Big Daddy Kane 94 track Show and Prove, which also
you have
had Jay-Z on it.
Yeah. Big School, Sauce Money.
Because it has
ODB.
Jay-Z as J.Z. on the record from 94. It's pretty dope.
Spoolz always
Shaheem's
got that
album is dope, man. Like his first one was incredible. I mean,
I was a
think
fan of
Big
him
L
early.
was on it. I
Out of the
believe,
young
maybe
cats, though.
Later.
What's
I
that?
remember out of the young cats back then. Remember you had Jaheim,
Shyheim.
Shyheim. What was chocolate? What was dude's name from Illegal?
Hershey Loke.
Hershey Loke.
Yeah.
Yeah, Hershey Loke, and what was the other dude?
Jamal.
Yeah.
Jamal was kind of cold.
Yeah, Lil Zane.
No.
See? That's that cousin you can't take nowhere, man. I swear to
Different
y'all.
era.
Yeah, I know.
Totally different era.
You remember, y'all remember
From
the
youngsters. You think
the youngsters, yeah, that's what I was about to say. The youngsters, They
Cruise
had
Pop.
some heat.
You know what's crazy?
Cruise Pop.
Is they were dissing ABC, or not ABC, but
Why would they diss ABC?
no,
That's crazy.
Crisscross.
Oh,
Because
okay.
everybody decided this the kid
Crisscross
rappers. There was a lot of
dissing
kid rapper
ABC.
beef, but
That's the worst kind.
But the thing is, Tretch from Naughty by Nature wrote for all of them. Tretch wrote, I think, Jump and Warm It Up.
Well then,
Jermaine
thought
Dupri
JD
swear
wrote
up and
that.
down he wrote
But he
the
was
whole
also
album.
on Cruise Pop.
I thought JD wrote all that
JD
shit.
said he wrote the entire album, produced the entire album.
Yeah, I think JD was writing the Crisscross stuff.
No, I saw there was,
I'm gonna have to look that up because
some of it was written by Tretch.
Okay.
That's how he first got some of them big checks.
I'm gonna have to look that up because there was there's a interviewer, I don't know, doc on YouTube, and JD was talking about, you know, the process of Crisscross and what he had to do to get them started and how he would, you know, produce everything, he wrote everything. I don't know, J Moore, I gotta look that up because I was under the impression like Terry said that you know, he wrote and produced everything on that joint, but I could be
They
wrong.
was really banging that their first song to introduce you to the world,
yeah.
or introduce them to the world, Jump, was a play on ABC. Like they sampled Jackson 5's ABC
Yep.
and was getting at him in a couple of lines, and it went like, didn't that make it like the number one?
Yeah.
For a
Oh,
while.
yeah.
So,
Oh, that record was
That was
big,
a number
man.
one pop record and was number one on Billboard.
Yeah, they was banging on ABC. Kid violence.
That's
Yeah.
messed up, man.
Yeah.
Immature came out dissing ABC. It was wild.
Did they?
Yep.
And they freaking
Said,
had
did
I remember these
perms
times.
and shit. You ever look back at pictures of Immature
Listen, man.
and they hairstyles?
Listen, man. Listen. Immature got a handful of joints though.
No, they did.
That was
Yeah, they
heat.
did.
You know what I'm saying?
But they had
you talking about?
women's hairstyles.
I mean, once you got to the
Okay.
Feel the Funk era, it was a little wild.
yeah.
I'm just
Shyheim
saying.
was a really dope MC at 14,
He was.
15 years old, though.
Agreed.
Like,
It's crazy because I didn't realize how old he. I mean, I guess I should put it together. But he's 40 now.
He's
Like,
40. Yep.
Him and Memphis
makes
Bleek are
sense.
the same age.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Look at that shit, man.
What?
eye patch hair.
Marcus Houston had a bob,
Uh-huh.
son.
Hey, Marques Houston
He
had
had
one
a bob.
Marques Houston had one of the dumbest outfits I've ever seen in my life. You remember that
clear
clear
joint?
shit he had on?
Yeah.
You sit your dumb
They
ass
kicked
down
him out
wearing
of the
that.
group.
Huh?
They kicked remember the other dude that used to be in Immature, the little young dude.
He
He
was-
was in House Party 3.
Parts Party 3, yeah.
Yeah, a little. I think it was some sort of Asian.
Yeah, he
Oh,
looked
my-
like his mix or something.
Long, man. What's up, man? we were.
I'm not making that up.
We
Like,
climbed out the hole, man. We climbed out the hole. He
Nah,
gonna put us right back in the hole.
He said some sort of Asian.
I didn't want to mess
From the
it
Philippines or something.
up. Well, I mean,
think he was just
if you
mixed.
call somebody Japanese, Chinese,
Man.
they feel some type of way. So
Yeah, that's
for
that's
sure.
a fact.
We were doing so well, man.
That
So
actually
well.
was kind of politically correct a little
Okay.
bit.
He had some emphasis on it.
It's
So I
teetering.
don't know how it's going.
Some sort of Asian out there.
Yeah, we have to check the ratings to see how that goes because he had a little emphasis on it. So
Yeah.
I don't know, man. We'll see. Appreciate you, Jay Moore, as always, brother.
I take it as you were somebody, Mike,
What's up?
on your beeper voicemail.
Yeah,
You probably had an Immature song playing, didn't you?
on my beeper voicemail.
Yeah. So when somebody called you and they heard you to like leave a message or something.
it was over Immature.
Yeah.
Nah, I don't think so.
I like the way Terry goes. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think so. But you trying to front on Immature on the low? I don't think you should do that because they had some heat.
We said, I don't think you
Alright.
should do that.
I don't think you should do that. Don't do that, Spoolz.
He said, I don't think you should.
What
you
are they
should
about
do
to
that.
bring some smoke this way?
I mean, he's got a hand on his head.
He said, take it how you take it.
Hey, get it how you live.
Listen, man.
Pellet guns and all.
I stay out of grown folks' business, man.
Romeo,
Mike
half
owns,
pint.
Mike
and-
owns 17 pellet guns.
17 of them.
Romeo,
50
half,
left even.
Romeo, half pint, and Batman.
Half Pint got kicked out.
Yeah.
He got replaced with what's the dude's name?
I had to look it up, man. Long
Lil
time.
Zane, right?
Half Gallon.
Oh my God, why you keep saying Lil Zane, man?
We need to bring Lil Zane back.
can't
No, we
remember his
don't.
name.
Half Gallon.
Half Gallon.
Lil Zane had what? About
Possibly.
Quarter
what,
pint.
what was Lil Zane run? Probably about
This is
what,
late
about
90s.
about a year and a half.
Was
Did it go any further than that?
Dr. Doolittle soundtrack.
He had a song with Tank.
Okay.
He had a song with
Dr.
112.
Doolittle. 112. Okay, about a year and a half.
Might have been.
Yeah.
What, 99, 2000 ish?
Yeah,
Ish.
it was right
Yeah.
around there.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what happened to that.
That
young
was your
man.
shit too, huh?
Huh?
Yep.
No.
Why was everybody bombing on ABC? What's the problem with them?
That's a good question.
They were at the
I
top of
didn't
the
realize that.
heap at the time.
Yeah, they was.
Okay.
They was.
Michael Bivins put them on
they was
though.
top.
You got to remember, ABC sold like 2 million
Are
records.
they from Philly?
No, they was
Atlanta.
from Atlanta.
Atlanta?
They was Vice Lords and Meteor, man.
Wow.
Oh, word.
No, they're Golden Lords.
I know.
Vice Lords.
I
is
just
something
I just call them Vice Lords.
Well,
They was
I haven't
Vice
seen
Lords.
Meteor Man in a minute.
You're not watching enough Bounce TV.
yeah.
No, I'm not. You are correct, sir.
Shout out to Robert Townsend, man. That was
Step that up.
a good
Everybody
movie.
was in that. But they had
Yeah.
Luther Vandross playing a thug in that movie.
He
That's a
was.
fact.
He was the leader of the Vice Lords,
The Golden Lords, man.
Golden Lords.
Why you gangbanging, man?
I'm
Stop
not.
that. All right, so
Wow.
thank you.
You guys want to talk about parks?
In recreation.
Recreation. I thought this was interesting, but I don't know. I'm coming alone first because I know he's not gonna care.
Oh, great. Thanks for these topics, Mike.
Yeah, man. This is pretty good.
That first one caught me by surprise, but it's cool. I liked it.
I mean, you know, I didn't know he was gonna be on there. So, let's see. I think he will care about this one. So there's
Don't care.
so there was a GoFund. I'm thinking gun now. There was a GoFundMe campaign.
Don't put that on.
Violence.
Don't put that on Terry.
You're right. I'm sorry. I apologize.
You're violent.
So, so there's a GoFundMe campaign that was gathering funds for the donuts. J Dilla's the donut shop in Detroit.
Oh, I heard that.
His uncle started. He was looking for $15,000, which would go to update and replace equipment that was heavily used over the past 4 years. The cost of transporting product, insurance, rent, permits, rent and permits for both retail and production locations has taken toll. Had been taking a toll on their ability to make profits. So I think that store, I actually saw, shout out to the homie Fillmore Green, Rashid Adi. They actually were performing in Detroit with the Sky Zoo tour, and they actually stopped in there. I think Slade was in there with them as well. So they got a chance to go to the Dilla Donut Shop.
Is it a donut shop or what?
Yeah,
is
like
it?
they actually,
Oh.
like they got wax in there. They got everything in there.
I'm gonna tell you what
But
the
is it a
problem is
donut
after
shop?
he gets
Yeah,
this.
is
like
it
you can get them in there as well.
Oh, okay.
So I think I think the GoFundMe, I think that's a good idea, and I think that should be there in Detroit. I think that's very important to keep his legacy there.
Yeah.
I saw some people saying, well, you know, if it goes, and it's just on my timeline, if it goes under, then it was a good little run. I'm like, nah, you got to keep that in Detroit off Dilla because of who he was and who he was to that city. To that you say what, Long? In terms of actually needing it to be there, I think it needs to be there.
I don't think it needs to be there. I think some sort of representation of Dilla needs to be there. Maybe it's not the donut shop or whatever, but yeah, I mean, this was his uncle though too, right?
Yeah, his uncle. Mhm.
So yeah, it's in the family. I mean, yeah, I don't see anything wrong with what they're doing. So I mean, if I'm not from Detroit, I don't live in Detroit, I don't know what it means to
What it
Detroit.
means there,
I don't
yeah.
know what it means to the people there, you know, and all that. But obviously, Dilla definitely needs to be honored and remembered for his influence and everything that he's been a part of and everything that he continues to influence. So I'm not mad at it.
I agree.
Yeah, you in on that as well, Spoolz?
Yeah, for sure, man.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, like Sean said, if it's not this, then
So-
something else, like to remember him.
I mean, if it's
So,
a business and it's not viable to make money, like if
I'm gonna tell you what the problem
you know.
is.
yeah.
What
Go ahead,
the
Terry.
problem is?
The problem is, us being from Indianapolis, Indiana, we have a couple good locations of very tasty donuts.
That's a fact.
So if your donut shop is not doing very well, I can attest to 2 donut shops here that will either sell out and close early, or there's a line wrapped around the building off of the donut itself.
Just a donut.
So
yeah.
they need to start with that donut and perfect that
Product.
recipe.
Yeah.
Shout to
Yeah.
Long's
Straight
Donuts
up.
West Side.
Longs, Tim's.
Yeah.
What's the one out in McCordsville? Is that Tim's? Tim's is fucking fire.
Listen,
Yeah.
I'm telling you,
I haven't had Tim's.
if
Bro, I
they
grew
got a
up on
good
Long's
product,
Donuts.
if they got a good product,
Yeah.
there's no way that they would have to be raising $15,000 because Tim's, I think, closes at 11,
They close early.
Damn.
and it's always closed before that.
Yeah.
Because they're out of donuts.
Like last time I went to Tim's, might have been like maybe a month and a half ago. I tried to just go grab a donut or two. There were none left.
Bro, the last time I went, I stayed up all night and left my house at 5:30 in the
That
morning.
probably was smart
Word.
of you.
Mm-hmm.
Probably
That's
got
when
a
I
whole
lived on the
dozen.
east side, though, too.
Probably
but
got a whole dozen of them, huh?
Yeah.
I got a nice baggie.
Have you,
Nice
have you
baggie.
ever gone to Long's Donuts on the west side and been in and out?
No. No, never.
Can't say that.
Nope.
Not possible.
The first time I went to Long's, first of all, it was crazy. It's an all cash business.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
And if you'd have told me they were selling dope in there, I'd have had to believe you.
You had to.
Because I was like, there can't be people out here like this. But until
Yep.
I had the donuts, and they were
Yeah.
that good.
Every day.
I
Every day.
actually prefer Tim's a little bit more because I like cake donuts a little bit
Some
more.
people say that.
Out of
But
your
Long's
mind.
is
Well,
good.
No.
Long's is good,
This
though.
is the thing with that debate. There's
Yeah.
no way to eat both of them warm
Okay.
because one is on the completely opposite side of town as the
Yeah.
other.
That's
So
true.
you have one in
One's not even...
McCordsville,
Yeah.
Tim's isn't even really in
and
Indianapolis.
then you have the Longs I go to is on the west side. There's
Yeah.
another one in Greenwood, I believe.
It's not the same.
It's not
No.
the original.
Right. So there's no way to try them both at the exact same time.
No.
So I would like for a way.
That Long's has
To
been
be able
there
to do
for
that.
a long, long time, too.
Let, let me ask y'all.
There was a bakery before that, and there was like
I would get
a
Long's
place to live above it.
and put them in the
Apartment.
trunk. So because I would buy them for meetings at work, and I'd be like, let me put these in the trunk so I'm not dipping in them. And WFYI wasn't that far.
Fire.
From
Yeah,
Long's.
man,
Straight up.
it's
Fire.
just
Yeah.
Let me. I want to ask y'all this to kind of bring it back around to Dilla.
Okay.
Donuts are important.
They're
Yeah.
very important.
good point, Terry.
I had a conversation with at the gig a guy. He's probably about, we'll call it 10 years younger than us, right? And for some reason we were just talking about music in general, and you know, Slum Village came up, and you know, Black Milk, Detroit, etc. And I said, what do you think about J Dilla just as a producer? You know, just random conversation, we just talking. And he was like, man, I think he was cold, but for some reason I get the feeling that he is like overhyped and overrated. And I was like, have you done your research to actually go back and kind of look at his sound and how much his sound evolved and also inspired a lot of people? He was like, yeah, man, I hear people say that, but I don't know if I actually still hear it. And I'm just like, that made me think. I'm just like, to myself, I'm like, I can still hear J Dilla all over the place. Like, especially if you just go through and you're looking for, you know, certain types of hip hop records.
Not even just hip hop.
I mean, just like overall, but if we want to use hip hop as an example. But do you guys think he's one of those people that doesn't get his just due outside of the people that we would call quote unquote heads? Because I'm looking at the younger generation, people that might not necessarily be quote unquote hip hop heads. And I see certain people kind of questioning his, you know what I'm saying, questioning his legacy. Like, where does that come from?
I think they just don't know what they're talking about.
Oh, all right.
I mean,
Just in general, just
yeah, I mean, but at the same, and that's not even to sound rude or anything. I just mean
Right.
like to fully understand what Dilla has influenced, you kind of have to know what he has done, you know, and who he has influenced. You know,
Yeah.
he's influenced everybody from the 𝐀𝐁𝐿𝐴Hs to the
That's what I was. There we
to,
go.
You know, to all the Detroit producers. And then you got to think of all the Detroit producers that they touch. It's just like talking about like hip hops from the 80s, you know, like it's, you don't have to appreciate and like that person's music to appreciate their influence. And so maybe he just doesn't grasp it. I don't know. I don't see a lot of people clown Dilla though.
I mean,
No.
it's. I'm not saying it's. I think I do see it. Maybe I.
And I'm not even saying that he's clowning them, but that's
Yeah, it's just maybe it's just from a knowledge based standpoint, like you said, of not actually knowing, you know, some of his works, and also, you know, having an ear to really hear his influence, because you have that. You know what I'm saying? Because first of all, you produce, so you know you can hear as soon as you hear it.
he's an influence of mine. I mean,
there we go.
I mean, it's
There,
just,
there we go.
The only thing that I could say that he may have a point on as far as is his actual
hits.
No, I wouldn't even say hits. His popularity. His popularity. I mean that's
he's got a
that
niche.
just happens when somebody passes away. People kind of delve into their catalog.
Right.
With Dilla though, there's a lot of stuff that he produced that you may not be familiar with, and you like it, and then you listen or figure out or find out that he actually produced that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, and to what Sean said, his influence extends way past that. Like even his work he did with, say, 𝐀𝐿𝐴 𝐂𝐿.
Yeah.
You can do 7 Degrees of Separation. 𝐀𝐿𝐴 𝐂𝐿 influenced Outkast. Outkast influenced
Everybody.
Exactly. So I mean, and that's just one example of his influence and where it extended.
Busta
I mean,
Rhymes.
he's part of the Soul Aquarium.
Yep.
He did a lot of shit with Erykah Badu,
Yeah.
Common,
Janet Jackson.
These are people that are touring right now, still to this day, with that same sound and influence. So,
I think 𝐀𝐁𝐿𝐲, when you said that was, definitely one of the ones that, that came to my mind.
I think the interesting thing about Dilla, not to go too far down the rabbit hole, is that his production style wasn't simply just hip hop. Like he had a lot of dance feel to it. He had a house feel to it. He's from Detroit. Had that type of
𝐀𝐁
sound.
from Canada, so
Yeah, but he was a sample producer, but also he didn't use quantize.
Right.
Questlove was influenced by him.
Yeah.
I mean, you know what I mean? Like
Soul Aquarium.
Yeah, the Roots,
Yeah.
Jimmy Fallon, Beyond, like every hip hop band that wants to be good, like it's the Roots. So yeah, it's so much bigger. It's so much bigger than that. And then it's 𝐀𝐁𝐿𝐴 was just the first name that I came up with. And the reason why I say 𝐀𝐁𝐿𝐴 is because 𝐀𝐁𝐿𝐴 has a very particular type of sound.
Yep.
And he's a producer that can do so many different styles of music.
Which I love.
And Dilla was the same way, but just in a different generation. And he just happened to be the originator of doing the stuff he was doing, really. A lot of it, anyways.
Far Side.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Think about that. Like, because I used to love the Far Side when I was a kid. I remember coming up.
You probably didn't even know Dilla produced some of that shit.
At that time, no.
Especially 𝐿𝐴𝐵 California.
Yeah, at that time,
album,
no.
Go back and listen to it if you haven't revisited it in a while.
Yeah.
I'm a huge Busta Rhymes fan, so, you think about...
Dilla was on all his early albums.
Yeah, man. He's got fire.
And not to even take away from his group, his own group.
Slum Village.
Slum Village.
Yeah.
I mean, the shit he was doing with them.
Yeah.
I mean, Champion Sound is a great album with him and Madlib. There's Madlib, so I mean,
who actually you could put? I see your point.
Madlib actually, they had I can't even speak on it because I don't remember it. But Madlib has talked about Dilla what's the word I'm looking for?
Extensively.
Extensively.
Yeah, there we go.
And his influence just in how they work together. So check that out. So
and that connects Freddie Gibbs.
Man. Yeah, I mean, I just thought
you can connect him to all this shit that's going on right now.
Yeah.
But he did. But to your point, he never really had any major popular records. Like nothing that was crazy popular. I mean, Erykah Badu's "Didn't You Know" was a huge record. But outside of, I mean, what were some common joints, but I mean, they weren't like huge. Like
probably The Light would have been.
I was gonna say The Light.
Yeah,
The Light was a big
Common.
record. That was a big record.
Run In by Far Side.
Running, yeah,
definitely Running
for sure, for sure. Yeah.
But there wasn't no like produced 50 Cent or Jay-Z or anything like that. It was always like dope artists that weren't like mainstream artists necessarily, but the mainstream artists do appreciate him. So
I mean, when you hear people talk about him, like to me that's where you truly hear about how great he was. Like people like Q-Tip, there's an interview with him he did with Red Bull where he talks about hearing some of his beats on a cassette that Busta had, and he was just blown away by what he heard on the cassette. So there's a lot of OGs that have definitely paid homage to him after he passed. Before, like he was getting his props when he was coming up.
I mean, his work ethic, he was finishing up a release while he was pretty much on his deathbed.
That's a fact.
No, while he, no, it's actually true.
literally, yeah.
He was
Yeah.
literally on his deathbed.
Yeah.
And it dropped like two or 3 days before he passed, or maybe it was the other way around.
Yeah, something
He was
like it
working on
very
Donuts,
close.
right?
That's when Donuts
Yep.
passed.
Yeah, he was
Yeah.
working on that. Okay.
Yeah, it's an emotional album too. Like I remember when that came out, and I bought that album.
Yeah.
And you know he's got like songs on there like "Last Donut of the Night" and stuff
Yeah.
like that. It's just it's kind of eerie a little bit
Yeah.
to listen to it. But even that project was completely different than all of his other stuff. So
No, I'm with it. Spoolz, you got any thoughts as we wrap it up?
No, not that anyone's already said.
All right, hit on. Yep. Okay. Let's take a quick moment to shout out our partners before we continue. Shout out to Coleman Dental, located in Broad Ripple here in Indianapolis, 317-255-8546. Make sure you go see Dr. Coleman for all your dental needs. BringingDownTheBand.com is always the hub. Make sure you go to YouTube and search Bringing Down the Band. Subscribe and also hit the bell for notifications. Indie CD and Vinyl, also a partner of ours. They have done a great job with us providing vinyl for our raffles. We've actually had some exclusive joints, some signed joints, so we really appreciate their partnership. They've come on of late, so make sure you check them out. Also, No Bad Ideas. If you look around the set, you will see product that they have provided for us, hats, book bags, etc. You can just see them in the cut. They've been with us from day one, so we really appreciate them also. And Printfinity, local company here, CEO'd by DJ Jay Diff, so make sure you check that out as well. He's got some great things going on. Bright future as well for his company. So make sure we always show love to the partners. Did I miss anybody? It's good. Did it cover it? All right. So speaking of 𝗀𝗃, we were talking about, the Dilla conversation. A tweet popped up and it said, I'll start recording new music produced by my little bro. And then the @ was 𝗀𝗃. So he'd be the producer. And this was from LL Cool J. Says he's going to drop an album on Def Jam produced by 𝗀𝗃. Now, I don't know if it's solely, but that's what it sounds like based off what I'm seeing on the tweet. Last album that LL dropped was back in 2013. It's called Authentic. So my question to you all is there any, I'm not going to use excitement, but curiosity about a LL Cool J combination with 𝗀𝗃 on the production in 2020?
Yes.
Yes.
All right.
Definitely
All right.
curious, man.
Why?
kind of.
Just for those two reasons. I mean, I know LL hasn't. I mean, 𝗀𝗃 definitely hasn't like fallen off in any way. I don't think.
No.
You know. I
Nah.
mean, but LL is a LL, and I think he's come up on this show as. I think we discussed once if he's corny or not. Shit like that. But I wonder if
he grew to be corny.
Yeah. I wonder if 𝗀𝗃 will bring like the older LL out in a way.
The
That'd be
Queensbridge.
dope. Yeah. So
Queens
that's
LL.
That's what I think. Yeah.
J Diff, talk to me, man. What you think? You look 50-50 on this one, man.
Yeah,
talk to me,
I'm
man.
kind of iffy on it, man.
Well, tell me why. Why are you iffy on this one?
There's no songs like with Keith Urban
No,
project, I guess, so I think we're okay there.
Please don't have any
man.
Paradise.
It could be, man. I can't rule it out. Yeah.
I don't know. I don't need no more Paradise is very nice. I don't need that. We don't want that.
I don't know, man. Let me hear something first. Give me a single, sprinkle a single on me or something.
Yeah.
Because I can't really say that I'm necessarily checking for a LL Cool J album right now, and that takes away. I'm not trying to take away any of his legacy or
No, you
what
can't.
he's done, but
Can't.
I'm gonna give you an example.
Okay.
Remember the album GOAT?
Yes, which is a phrase that I give him peace for coining. Go ahead.
It's a great phrase.
Not a great album.
Not a great album at all.
You played him when you
I
said,
don't
yeah, it
think
was a great
he
phrase.
coined that phrase, but anyway.
We can have that
he
conversation.
coined the acronym.
I thought he
for GOAT.
That's
He
what I
kinda
thought he
did.
did. Yeah.
LL Cool J did?
Oh,
Yes.
yeah. It
Okay.
definitely entered the cultural lexicon after
Yeah.
that.
I get that to him, Spool.
Okay,
But-
that's different than making it up, though.
All right. Did I?
Jay
So maybe I
Morrison.
said.
Hey,
it
we'll
wrong.
talk about that.
Yeah.
too.
We'll
Stop,
talk about
man.
it. We'll talk about it.
Go ahead,
But,
man.
for him to drop an
about
album
that.
called GOAT,
Mm-hmm.
greatest of all time, for those that don't know what that stands for.
Right.
And to your defense, I mean, Muhammad Ali called himself that all the time, but he didn't say GOAT.
There we go.
He just said greatest of all time.
There we go.
LL Cool J just decided to
What
phrase
about
it
Earl
as
the
GOAT.
Goat Man of Gold, man? That was well before LL Cool J.
I think it's because he actually looked like a goat.
And maybe he ate
I don't
cans.
know, bro.
Oh God!
But nah, to the GOAT album,
Somebody
to
get
call
Jay
that
Moore,
album
man.
greatest of all time, it was very fucking lackluster. Pink cookies in a plastic bag getting crushed by
No, that was on
buildings.
That's
that was
not on that
14
album,
shots.
brother.
No, I know that.
I ain't being
okay.
disrespectful.
All right.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I know
I'm sorry,
that.
brother.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
I grew up with y'all.
Wait a minute
I know
now.
what's going on out here.
Wait a minute.
He's like, I was outside.
Yeah, I was
excuse
playing.
me. We did disrespect you. I
Yeah,
apologize.
come on now, give me more credit than
Yeah,
that.
you know. Sorry about that, brother. Go ahead.
It's all right. But yeah, that was a little eh. Then he had his phase where he did a lot of
Drugs.
no. The more, I'm not even gonna say ballady phase, but
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking
the
about.
more,
It was like ballad
You know,
raps.
but those were actually kind of cool though.
I mean, Love You Better still was.
That's-
Love You
that
Better Go.
goes.
Yeah, Love
That
You Better
goes.
Go.
If he does a full album of that type shit in today's climate with Drake around, it might work.
So,
My work.
Might work.
but is Q-Tip,
probably
but is
work.
Q-Tip here for that? That's
I mean,
that's my
Q-Tip just
question. Is
did
he
Danny
here for that?
Brown's album. Are
Executive
people-
producer,
Yeah.
right?
But
Okay.
I mean, I'm pretty
He's
sure he
good.
produced some shit on there.
I don't know about that. I have
He didn't
to look
produce
it up.
anything?
I don't know. I can look it up.
Okay.
But
I just got to hear a song first.
You know what I'm saying?
Nah, I'm saying
Yep.
Do you know what I am saying?
Word.
Do you know what I am saying?
out here kissing fellers. Getting paid for kisses.
see, man, see,
Pimpin' since pimpin', pimpin'.
see,
Kissing fellers.
I'm digging me a hole. Just digging a hole. All right. Speaking of that album, man, he had mad features on that on that GOAT album. Why you trying to hate?
Shit was trash.
He did have Ja Rule on.
Yeah, Ja Rule
So
was
that's
on there.
great.
DMX and Method Man was on there.
A lot
and
of
Redman.
DJ Scratch production.
Yeah, who was actually dope.
And he had
Yeah,
Thank you
Havoc,
for saying
Havoc
that,
on a
Spoolz.
beat.
Exhibit was on there. Jail Felony Snoop.
Name a single
Prodigy.
from that album.
Jail felony.
Stop, Long. He had the single was Imagine That with featuring LaShawn.
Was this the album?
Jesus,
when
this
this
is
album?
terrible. This album is
when,
awful.
when this album come out? Was this the one where it was like he had a video with a tiger?
Oh my
Nah, man, that's Walking with a Panther.
No, he's
That's
thinking
a long
about
time
he's
ago.
thinking about
There's
something
something
else.
else.
This album
was
came out
really
September
bad.
12th, 2000. That's when this album came out.
2000.
Yeah.
He did. Is that the one that had Phenomenon on it? Or
No,
was
No, that was the
after?
actual
That-
album
that was
called
a Phenomenon.
Phenomenon.
Oh, okay. Never
Yeah.
mind.
Phenomenon.
Something like a phenomenon.
You ain't like that?
No.
Man, that was
cool on that.
I feel like you trying to low key trying to play LL, man.
No,
on
I'm
the low.
not.
I think
Just
he's
saying
being.
these records we didn't like.
You know what I'm saying?
That's why he start acting.
But I think Q-Tip is going. I think Q-Tip is gonna. He can cut all that foolishness out, man, and get him locked in on where he's supposed
That'd be
to go.
awesome.
I
He need
trust
cut- he need-
Q-Tip in that
He need
regard.
cut creator back
I hope so.
to get where he need to be. He need
I
cut
trust
creator.
Q-Tip in his in terms of this
Could be, man.
this collab. I'm with Spool. Like I'm curious. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? I'm curious.
I would rather hear
Give me a collab you rather hear than this one. Then.
with Q-Tip.
Yeah.
Busta
Q-Tip
Rhymes?
and Andre could do something together.
That's not gonna happen.
I'd be excited about
That'd be
that.
incredible.
Yeah.
Okay.
I would do Q-Tip Busta Rhymes. That'd be
Yeah.
cool.
That'd be incredible.
And they've done that.
Yeah, I already did that.
Q-Tip
yeah.
in the abstract.
Yeah.
And the
Yeah.
dragon and
I think they
some
did
shit.
did it like twice.
Yeah.
It had some heat on it too.
They
I ain't gonna
did.
front.
They had the song with Lil Wayne on it.
Yeah.
I want to thank you.
Oh yeah,
Heavenly
Kanye was on that too.
Father,
Was he on that song?
Yeah,
was.
Kanye was on
Okay.
that too.
Well,
For
Kanye ain't
shining
doing
your
any
light.
secular music anymore, so
Huh?
he's not doing secular music anymore.
I think he was a little upset with Drake comments though. I think they showed a rant from him as he was speaking to the people.
A little bit
You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
Yeah.
secular.
That's neat.
He said he don't like that word. So
You don't like that word.
Well, then he should take all his music off of the streaming
You
platforms.
know that
too.
ain't gonna happen because he want that money in his pocket.
Oh.
Side note, I don't know if we talked about anybody listen to Kanye's album he dropped on Christmas Day.
That shit's dope.
Is it?
It is,
The Christmas Day one?
you
That
still
shit's-
listening to it?
man.
I didn't know he dropped anything.
Listen,
It's not his though. It's the choir.
It's his
It's
choir.
sorry.
Oh, that
Yeah.
thing.
man.
Yeah.
Lone is a great. I'm telling you.
All
what
right,
it
so
is.
remember when I would tell y'all about Father Stretch My Hands, that song?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Man, if you listen to it on that,
Yeah.
is how it's supposed to sound.
So no mention of bleached assholes.
No assholes.
No.
Nah. One of the
Shit.
wackest first 4 bars I've ever heard.
You could
in my
damn
life.
near wake up every morning and hit play on that shit and have a beautiful day.
Do you do that?
No,
Okay.
I
Just
have
checking.
though.
All right.
You know what I think about when you think of like waking up with vigor?
What's that?
It's the intro to like Beanie Siegel's album.
Wow.
Which one?
The
I think it's the intro. Is
you
that?
talking about
Nothing like it.
Nothing like it. On not the becoming. It's the reason.
That one?
Let's see.
It's either
Truth,
reason or the truth.
the
one of the
It's
Now
true.
the reason starts with the
with the truth.
yeah,
No,
with
or
the
the-
truth song.
The truth starts with the truth with the Kanye
Yeah.
joint.
Oh, you're
It's
right.
the re-
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So yeah, the reason.
The reason. Yeah.
Maybe it's not the intro then.
It's my favorite.
But I know the
Kanye
song you're
beat.
talking about though.
Yeah,
That song
Truth.
is hard. Yeah.
it's like
Good call.
it's like you wake
Yeah.
up and
That was a Kanye beat though, wasn't it?
The
Or
one
was
I'm
it
thinking
just
of?
Kanye
Kanye's?
used to lace beans though.
I'm not sure.
Yes.
He used to lace beans. Like he really used to lace beans. They had a good chemistry, good working.
They
chemistry.
hold man. I used to think for a minute that nobody was ever gonna fuck with Rockefeller.
If you
for a
think,
hot second.
but if you think about it though, when they were at their apex, he, Just Blaze, Bink, all those cats, man, they used to get laced.
Yeah.
Heat makers, if you want to go into Dipset,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I'm saying? Like they used to get laced, top tier production.
Top tier.
Like if you think about it, I was telling somebody this. I think I posted this. It was a while back. Just Blaze, man. Just Blaze, his work on Freeway's album.
Mm-hmm.
Incredible, man. If you
Yeah.
actually listen to that, he produced the majority of that album.
That
The
whole
Free-
album
is that
was
the
going-
Free at Last album?
Philadelphia Freeway.
Philadelphia Free. Yeah. That
Like
was
he
dope.
laced that entire album.
Sure did.
You know what I'm saying? Like they had, when you think about the Blueprint, Kanye and Just Blaze, man, they laced.
Yeah,
That album.
they was firing on every cylinder.
Never
Yeah.
Change was
Shout out
just
to
still
Bink
goes
too.
hard.
People sleep on Bink. Bink got heat all through Rockefeller on the low.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? He's tough. He's
Bing,
another.
yeah, he is very tough.
He's tough. Like when I think of Bink, I think of Knots. To me, is more legendary than Bink, but those are the same. They're in the cut from the same cloth. The guys that people don't really talk about. I guess if you want to do on a mainstream level, but they so cold. Like Knots, nobody can front on Knots. I've never heard anybody front on Knots as a producer ever, unless I'm mistaken. I've never heard anybody front.
I
on
would
him.
probably compare that sound to how Rick Ross picks his beats now, because you can't take anything away from how Rick Ross's production sounds all the time, whether you like a whole project or not.
Was his new album like that too last year?
It was decent.
In my opinion, no.
It was
In my
decent.
opinion, no.
It wasn't like fire. Like
To me, the Nipsey Hussle feature was the apex.
Even
Like,
production wise, though, is what I'm asking.
yeah, production wise, no. I don't think his last album, the production didn't stand out to me like it normally does from him. That's just me. I don't think it stood out. It was cool. Like it
but
wasn't.
Rockefeller production used to always stand out.
Yeah,
Agreed.
for sure.
Yep.
I'm not mad at that. Yeah, but people sleep on Bink, man. Bink, he has some heat with them as well.
Mm-hmm.
If you think about The Rock, man, like in terms of just how cold they were and how they were smashing everything, that's a long time ago, man. If you think about it, that's a
crazy.
long time ago. We getting old.
A couple decades.
Couple,
Damn, was it a couple decades?
At this
Eight.
point, yes.
Shit.
yeah.
Ain't that a bitch?
At least we were there to see it though, so we got to see it. So Raekwon's dropping an EP. It's called the Appetition. I believe I pronounced it right. I'm all for this. His last album was cold to me.
What was his last album?
What's the name of the last album? Oh my
The
God.
Wild.
The Wild, yeah.
Yeah,
he had
it
a
was a
song.
good record.
He had a song on there called Marvin, where he talked about the
I remember that.
Yeah, I remember
Marvin
that.
Gaye story. Like that's one of Raekwon's coldest songs, in my opinion. I ain't saying it's the top. I'm just saying that song is cold when you actually listen to it.
What if you don't actually listen to it?
I mean, some people skim it, man. You got to actually listen to it.
Oh, okay.
That's what I mean.
Hear it.
What movie was that?
White
Man Can't Jump. Talking about hearing Jimmy. Yeah.
Do you hear me?
Stop, man. But no, I'm all for Raekwon EP. I don't know about y'all,
Absolutely.
but I'm for that. I'd be curious to see what the track list is and who he has.
Definitely excited about that.
Because Ray is, I think on the release they said he's about to turn 50.
Wow.
We just talked about
50 pack.
We
That
just,
Wild?
Yeah, we just talked about.
Did he just turn 50?
Oh,
Yeah.
word,
So
Jay-Z
Jay-
just turned 50.
man.
Moni Love about to turn 50.
Word.
I mean, at this point, just think about how old we are.
Yeah, Big Daddy Kane. He's probably
he's
50.
already 50.
He's already 50.
Yeah, they 50 packs, man.
That's tough, man. That's tough. I didn't even realize that.
Season's turn, man.
Look, y'all don't know it, but hey, yeah,
It happens.
it
Quickly.
happens.
Yo, that's crazy, man.
Before you know it, your daughter will be.
That's what I'm about to say, yeah.
50.
No, I was gonna say like 20 or something like that, but not 50.
Well, Mick Jenkins is dropping a new album.
Indeed,
Yes.
he is.
EP, excuse
EP,
me.
7-song project.
She'll be 50. Just snap her fingers.
He dropped a joint called, I think it's called Carefree. I
Yeah,
think that's
single.
the name of the single.
He dropped a video for it too.
Yeah, like he, I've
I'm a
always
fan,
liked
man.
him. Yeah,
I'm looking forward to the EP.
yeah, he's solid. Like whenever he drops, I'm
Been
always
solid.
looking forward to. Yeah, he's got some heat. Like I always look forward to hearing, what he might drop. Everybody heard Carefree. I listened to it long. You listened to it. Did you catch
Yeah.
it?
So he's one of those cats that goes back to what Lone was saying a couple episodes back as far as underground kind of golden underground shit when it was dropping. He's part of that crowd.
He was.
So I remember listening to him when nobody had a fucking clue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He is actually exceptional at picking production too.
Yes. Yes. Yeah, I would agree. So I'll be very curious to hear.
Are you guys familiar with Madison McFerrin?
I'm not.
That's that.
Talk
That's
about
what
Madison
you
McFerrin.
had me listen to.
Yeah, I sent you that
Yeah,
text.
it's good.
So Madison McFerrin is Taylor McFerrin's brother, who is Bobby McFerrin's their children.
Beep, beep, oh, word.
Beep, bop.
And Taylor
Can we,
You gotta beat on your chest and make them sounds. Like,
can we save that?
I need to
please, at some
sample
point?
that.
Yeah.
No, Taylor.
I don't know where that came from, man. I just as soon as you said his name, I just
He's the "Don't Worry, Be Happy" guy, right?
He is.
Okay.
and Robin Williams is in that video.
Yeah.
Is-
I always think of the
Damn, I
Key and
wish I had a
Peele where it's
time
him and
marker
the
for
other
that.
dude, and they're like facing off.
Say that again.
Key and Peele sketch where it's Bobby McFerrin and I can't remember the other cat, but they're
I
like
don't think I've
facing.
seen
They're
that
like
one.
facing off.
Was it the dude from Police Academy?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
The sound making dude.
Yep.
Oh,
I believe it is him. Yeah.
Jonesy.
Yeah,
He was ill, dude.
That
he
dude.
was.
With the foot. Doop, 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 doop.
Yeah.
Yo.
Yeah. You gotta save that too.
Yeah, make sure you get both of those, man.
That sounded like a giraffe.
Is that what a giraffe does?
I
I
guess.
feel
All
like
of
a,
them.
I feel like a giraffe does do that. Probably.
Oh,
Probably
I
a
don't
lot
know.
of.
I've never been around one.
yeah.
Apparently,
They're
that's what a
cool
giraffe
ass
does.
That's what it
Animals,
does.
though.
Obviously. All right.
Brontosaurus. I don't know.
Brontosaurus.
Brontosaurus.
All right.
What was your guys' favorite?
Michael Winslow. That's the dude who did the.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah,
I had to
yeah,
give
yeah.
him his props.
Yeah, get that
Yeah,
man his
for
props,
sure.
man. We grew up on that.
Yeah, he's Carl Winslow's brother.
See,
That's right. They were in the
They was
police
cops.
academy together.
Yeah.
see.
That's right.
Ain't
I
that
was
funny?
gonna
How
say that.
Carl,
Different routes.
I was going to say that was racist, but he tied it
ain't
together.
that funny though?
I
How
like
Carl Winslow got typecast
What you mean?
because he was in Die Hard
Hard
as
as
the
a
cop.
Yep.
Remember when he
okay.
walked into the gas station
Yeah.
to buy some shit, and the dude was like, "I thought all y'all ate was donuts."
Yeah.
Y'all remember that part?
Yes.
Yeah.
He was like, "Well, I ate Long's donuts."
Right.
That's okay.
Carl Winslow was an upstanding father, man. He provided.
Was he?
Oh my God!
Was he? Oh, Jay Moore
I shouldn't even
questions
said
that.
no,
Yeah.
he did a good job.
No, no,
overall,
no, no,
but
no, 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 no.
I'm just
not
saying,
about to do this.
if my daughter
Oh, Lord.
was being bothered by, I'd be like, look, fam, it's about time for you to just go home and give up on this. You're at this point, it's harassment.
Listen, man.
And I would have called somebody else when Stefan or Kel showed up at my house, dude.
I'd be like, you can't be a stranger in these people's house.
No.
Hey,
got the
if you
psychopath.
got
That's
pulled
that's when
over,
the pistol comes out.
if you got pulled over by Carl Winslow, though,
Yeah.
are you gonna sit there and take the charge, or are you gonna run?
He still has a gun.
He still got that thing on him. So yeah, I'm probably going.
What was the question?
Are you gonna take the charge? Because think about it.
Carl Winslow?
Yeah,
Is
He's
the one
walking back to the car.
Yeah.
You riding dirty.
Yeah.
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 He
Oh,
sees you.
I'm running, dude.
Yeah, I'm out.
You gonna run?
I'm out. You think Carl Winslow is catching you?
I
I
mean,
don't
you're,
know, he might-
you're
he
fucked
might
either
put a
way.
thing on you, though.
Like, then you got to kind of like,
What
they
if he
got
pull-
your name from your plate and all that
Yeah.
other stuff. So.
What if he pull that
He's gotta
thing on
move
you?
away or
What if he
something, I
pull?
don't know.
What if he pull that thing on you and shoot you in your calf?
He was a Chicago police officer.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, he might not be shooting you in the calf.
Yeah. They're not known for shooting to disable.
Yeah.
No,
You know.
sadly. And
Things may have
That's
changed.
shit.
You know what I'm saying? But he was upstanding father. Man. He did what he was supposed to do.
upstanding.
Yeah,
Except when he let his daughter go up the stairs and never come back.
God,
And he did let
Poor Judy.
his son get his ass whooped by those gangsters.
Judy started doing
yeah.
porn though. That's
she was out
Do you
there.
guys
in the
remember that
streets.
episode?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Did he let her? Did he let that?
No, he
happen?
didn't. I just made that.
Yeah. I'm about to say.
Yeah. He let
Yeah.
that
He
happen.
wasn't like, "Go ahead, guys."
Mm-hmm.
Hey, but he checked them cops that pulled Eddie over. You know when they was at the
Judy
cafe.
was already gone though.
Why you keep talking about Judy, man?
He brought it up, and that's a valid point.
Yeah.
I mean, she was out there getting that paper though.
Is that what she was doing? She was getting something. I don't know if it was that paper.
Judy was out there getting that paper.
Mm-hmm.
She never came back. You know. Yeah, you a hater, man.
He could end up getting a
girls
new
in jail.
wife too. Remember that?
I mean, you know, that was
For
contractual.
like the last 5 episodes.
Yeah.
Contractual. Man.
Never
But,
coming home.
Same way with Fresh Prince.
But yeah, so I fell upon Madison McFerrin's album called "You and I."
Yes.
Oh damn! Back.
Yeah,
back
yeah,
to it.
back-
Okay.
yeah.
That's
Thanks for
where we
bringing it
were at.
back.
Yeah. So it's actually
Sorry.
pretty good. And Taylor McFerrin produced it.
It is good.
And Taylor McFerrin's a really good producer.
What's the vibe of his production?
I don't know.
I would probably say
It's kind of unique. He's got a Brain Feeder. He was on Brain Feeder with Flying Lotus, that
Oh,
label
word.
for a minute. It's
it's
very
chill
soulful,
vibe.
modern.
Yeah.
Think of like I don't know how to describe it to you. Soulful 𝐀𝐁𝐎𝐿 production. I don't know.
Oh, word. Okay.
But not as aggressive,
well, I mean, you know,
Not as
Sounds
dancey.
cool, though.
not as dancey.
I like it.
Since we're talking about 𝐀𝐁𝐎𝐿, that's the only way I can describe it.
yeah, I have to check that out because
Malcolm McFerrin.
Taylor
Taylor McFerrin.
and Madison.
Sorry,
Yeah.
Malcolm McFerrin was someone else.
Oh, okay.
yeah, I have to check that out because based on what you described, that I'd be curious to hear how that goes.
Yeah,
Because
well,
like I said, I didn't know he produced or anything like that. So,
I got his vinyl right over behind you.
oh,
Here.
Remember Bobby McFerrin did the Cosby Show theme song for
Yep.
one season?
yeah, probably got a good check for that.
Sure he did. Probably still getting a check for that.
Mm-hmm. Technically, that's publishing.
It is. Yeah, I'm gonna check that out, man. Good call. Is there any? I'm trying to think if there's anything, any other new music that I'm sleep on that came out that I probably should have.
Well, we're in
mentioned.
like a dead time for music, so
Yeah.
there's not
Yeah.
a ton. Shouts to Bounce Castle, DJ Castle.
Yes.
He started a new mix series
I
called
listened to that earlier today.
Radio Very Taste.
nice.
So Very Taste is his brand. So he's on his second mix. Actually, he's going to drop the third one soon. But it's a nice, it's really dope.
Nah, he's a fool.
eclectic mix of songs.
Yeah, he's always
And
been a fool.
remixes.
Yeah,
Definitely
remixes.
put his remix touch on there, and
Yeah,
he goes.
Yeah, it's a good mix.
I like it.
Blockhead's coming to Indianapolis
18.
Oh, word. Okay.
at the Mousetrap Thursday, the 18th, January the 18th. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to go to
Still-
that show.
Still haven't heard the album yet.
I have. It's
What's
good.
What's the name
Have
of the
you-
album?
I can't remember.
Bubble Bath, I think.
Yeah.
Word.
Bubble bath. Say
He's
that.
It's good.
He's an instrumental, kind of trip hop, I guess, esque. Very
Got some fire. I
Yeah,
gotta do my. I
it's-
gotta do my homework. I ain't
fire is
front.
like a weird word for it. It's just
Yeah, for Blockhead. It's
Oh, word?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's very
it's just chill.
super good though. Like
Yeah, it's well done. Think like this. We probably wouldn't know this either.
DJ Shadow,
I was gonna say Shadow or RJD2 or maybe a little Bonobo.
little DJ Crush maybe.
Yeah,
Who was that last one you said? You lost me on that one.
Bonobo.
Bonobo. Yeah, I'm asleep.
Yeah, I know.
Okay,
Yeah,
help me out.
Bonobo's dope.
I just did. I just did.
Do the research. I got
just
you.
did.
I do my homework.
But yeah, just kind of he's one of the originators in a way of that style of music. Like
He has
kinda-
produced for *A$AP Rock
a
before.
lot of
though.
A$AP Rock
Yeah.
stuff. Yep.
Okay.
But
There you go.
he'll be in town.
Yep, at the Mousetrap, which will be interesting.
hmm Never seen a show there, by the way. Never performed there either.
Really?
I
Yeah.
don't think I've ever been there.
You know what? I don't know if I.
At the Mousetrap?
I probably haven't even realized.
That's
that I
very
was.
I've
interesting.
hung out and drank there, but I've never done. But every other like area spot,
Yeah, it's like the one place I've never hosted either.
yeah.
Oh,
There was a
word.
couple
Their
Dexter's
sound is
Lab.
great there. Yeah, we
events
did
there.
that. We did that.
Nice.
You know, sound is vital, man. At these performances, gotta have your engineer game up.
There you go.
So that's going to do it for episode 167. Make sure you go to YouTube and search Bringing Down the Band. Also subscribe, hit the bell for notifications. Also our Patreon /New Old Heads. Make sure you go there as well. We got $1 options, $3 options, etc. We got raffles, a lot of good stuff going on. So as always, we appreciate the support from everyone that's been rocking with us, and we will see y'all next week.